folks. We are rolling eastbound. It's me again. Rolling eastbound with a truckload of oil products coming out of Beaumont, Texas, heading to Paulsboro, New Jersey. Total mileage, approximately 1,500 miles. We're going to try to knock it out in about 2.5 days. And I'd like to follow up on one of the videos I did. It might have been the last one I did, entitled, "What is your cash flow engine?" I told you about trucking and how I like it. That's basically my cash flow engine. And we have to have a source of cash flow some way. You might have to drive the trucks. And for the individual that might be seriously considering driving a truck, and using that as a primary occupation or a secondary occupation, and he might have a person like that might have some questions that's what rather through their mind if they're seriously considering driving trucks. And I wrote down some of those questions, and I also included some questions in there that the person might not even thought to think of, that I'm going to probably answer that might be interesting. And questions such as, how do I get paid? How you get paid driving a truck? Do they mail it to the truck while it's moving? No. How much do I get paid? Everybody thinks you make a whole overwhelming amount of money. Then, well, if you don't, how much do you get paid? How do I fuel the truck? Who pays for the fuel? How do I put the fuel in the truck? And how do I fix the truck? Do you have to be your own mechanic if you break down on the side of the road? How do I communicate? How do you communicate with your dispatcher, in other words? How do they get a hold of you? Tell you where to go pick your load up, where to take you. Okay, how do I get home? If you're thousands of miles away and you're ready to go home, or do you ever go home? Do you just live in a truck, never go home? That might go through your mind. How do I keep clean? Do you have to find? You probably think, well, I guess I'll find a public restroom and hope nobody walks in while I'm taking a bird bath over the sink. No, not necessarily. That's the case though, but to change the scenery though, we can talk about it again on the first question of how do I get paid? Well, in orientation, they got this thing called orientation when you go to a trucking company, whether out of school or whether you're just working at a truck company, want to quit one truck company, go to another one, you have to go through an orientation process where they yap at you for 2 or 3 days, maybe so much as a week, tell you how the company's put together, what they expect out of you, and what they expect from them. And what they'll ask you is, what is your routing number? Most companies, they want the routing number to your banks, your credit union, whatever financial institution that you're a member of, or that you have an account at, and they're going to deposit your payday or your paycheck into that account once a week. That's right. All the truck companies pay once a week. That could be a good thing instead of getting paid bi-weekly or annually, where you have to hold back so that you can pay your bills actually. Well, they pay you once a week. That's a good thing. You know what, man? Most of your banks, they have a 1-800 number you can call and ask them to find out how much you have in it. And then orientation, they tell you, my orientation, this company tell you they deposit every Friday. Most of your orientations will tell you when the monies get deposited. And you can call the bank to find out how much it is, how much they deposited. Just go through the prompts. Or ask the bank representative, and they'll tell you, then how do I get paid? Well, how do I get the money out of the bank? Well, I got a debit card. That bank got a U.S. Bank. I'm not going to show you all the numbers, though. For you shysters out there, you probably can't see it because it's shaded, because a lot of sunshine, It's a debit card. You've seen a debit card before. Some people call it a check card. That's how you get paid. Get the money out of the ATM machine, automatic teller machine. They got them at every truck stop and all over across the country. Very easy access to give you all the convenience you need in the truck stop. Get your money out, go down the road, buy your meal, anything you need. It comes directly out of your bank account. Watch out for those ATM fees. You might want to take out a large lump sum so that you keep it from going back constantly and racking up the ATM fees they'll charge you for the service. And also, how much do I get paid? Well, I get paid 40 cents a mile, and my average spring home is 800, 900. It varies because we get paid by the mile. We don't get paid by the hour. Drivers get paid by the mile, almost all of them. And driving 15 years, they pay me 40 cents a mile for driving regional. They come out $800,000, $900,000 a week. And if you just started to drive, you might get as much as $300 to $400 or $500 a week, until you get your skills up. And you transfer around till you find a company that's paying you something. Also, how do I fuel the truck? Well, when you go to a truck stop, an authorized truck stop by the company. They'll tell you which one's the fuel at and orientation. You use what they call a fuel card. Comdata is one of the more popular fuel truck services out there. That every truck company will have these Comdata cards. They'll assign you this card. You pull up to a fuel pump. You swipe the card. Follow the prompts. The money comes out of the trucking company's account, not your own personal bank account. That's how you fuel. That's how you fuel your truck. Just moving right along. How do you fix the truck? You don't fix it yourself. Most of the major truck companies have a mechanics bay, a maintenance bay. They'll ask you to come into the truck where they can service the truck every now and then. A flat tire out on the road. You break down out on the road. They got these little individuals, or even some of the truck stops have their own emergency trucks where they'll come out and fix your truck right there on the side of the road. Call your company, and how you get a hold of your company, I'll show you in a few seconds. And then you flat tires, anything, you break down on the side of the road and come out there and come to you. And hopefully you pre-trip your truck to make sure that's not going to happen before that ever does happen where you break down. How do you communicate with the dispatch? Well, they got this thing called a Qualcomm, and I'll show you what it is. And it is a keypad. It looks like a little laptop, but it's not. This is it. It's got keys on it. That's how you communicate with your company. Most of your major truck companies got this thing called a Qualcomm. This little window shows you your dispatch too, just the same. If you want to pick up a load, they tell you where to pick it up, where to take it, all that stuff like that. You follow the prompts, the directions to each customer that we have is in our database system. You ask for direction, request direction, it'll tell you how to get there. You break down, you communicate. There's macros for breakdown, macros for road service, and all this other stuff. And it's on the Qualcomm. Plus you have to enter when you arrive at a shipper, and you have to also enter when you exit a shipper. This thing is hooked up to a satellite system, sits on top of the tractor. That satellite system helps to track the truck. It's been like that for the last 25, 20 years. Qualcomm's been out. So GPS has been out for quite a long time before they started putting them in cars. That's how they track you, and that's how you communicate with your dispatcher. You don't have to leave the company until you own the truck. How do I get home? Well, the companies do ask you to put in a week to 2 weeks notice, and they'll try to route you home. What they do is they give you little loads that get you closer and closer to home until they can get you home. Just like hopscotch at home. They can't get you there at the exact minute or hour or even the day, but close enough, bear with them, they'll try to work with you. Or you might want to try to press home earlier so that you get home on the right day. You learn these little things as you go. Okay, how do I keep clean? No, you don't take a bird bath over a public sink. Most of your truck stops have showers. They might have anywhere from 2, 3 showers, or maybe even 9, 10, 11, 12 showers, a little bit more. Each shower will have a commode, a sink, a mirror. They'll give you a towel and soap if you don't have them. And when you fill the truck up, the shower is free. Even if you drive a company truck, the shower is free. They call it that, these free benefits. And they take a shower number, and they call your name. You go in there in the shower. They got it all cleaned up for you, and they're marble. Some showers are pretty nice and clean and neat. You can stay in there and shave, pamper yourself, beautify yourself, and look pretty. And that's how you take a shower in the truck stop. And keep clean. And then you might bring your own personal hygiene stuff in the truck with you, like your own soap, stuff to kind of keep yourself fresh and clean. And that's basically how we do it in the trucking business. So this is CJ Player, and that's a little brief synopsis of what you go through being a truck driver. And this is me back out again, and I'll see you on another vid. And also, yes, I am still saving my change, my coins, and I also still save my $1 bills. If I have time on my vid, that's them right there. Keep on, come out here and keep saving money. That's the name of the game. We'll talk to you later. CJ Player back out.